Right, this is an HMV radio from the late 60s. Sets from this era came under BRC, and they came under 4 brand names: HMV, Ferguson, Ultra and Microniform. This is the HMV version. It's from the AF117 era, but on this one they do seem to be okay.
Right, the singer discusses the early concept with her character.
But does not mean that does not mean, however, that this set does not have its own problems, of course. One, of course, is that tone control doesn't vary the tone at all, and the band spread doesn't work at all. And this radio switches obviously want cleaning. I'll look at the AF117s and see if they're okay. If they are, we'll leave them. I'm a firm believer that AF117s and such, like, if they are in this, I don't know it for sure. Some are good, some are bad. So I'll go inside and find out. And I don't believe in just changing parts for the sake of it either. I'll just plain notice. If something's working okay, leave it. Let it continue working. There's no point whatsoever in taking parts, extra sets, and putting parts in for no reason at all. There's one set coming up actually where this doesn't actually hold true, but it was not Hacker's finest hour. That'll come later on. But for now, let's get this this set of parts and have a look and find out what it wants doing to it to make it work again properly and decently. So let's go. I'm not got a circuit for this, by the way. If I need it, I will go and get it, but I don't think I will for this. So for the moment, no, I won't bother. This set, another one which is a PP9, by the way. This one actually also is not got a mains adapter in the front, so it has to be PP9 or similar. There's various ones that can be used. Also, sets of this era, there's a socket on the bottom here for a car aerial. It's hard to believe now, but this got round a rather important and very silly part of UK law at the time. Sets of this era, and also you had to have a radio and TV license. Radio was licensed. It could be get radio on its own as well. Now, if you had a car radio permanently installed in a car, technically you had to pay a license for that as well. True they did, and for that reason there was actually more reason than ever to do it that way, which is what people did. Anyway, this set is full of AF117s. Loose have been good nick. Nothing has been changed, nothing needs to be changed, I don't think. So let's go inside and have a look and see what the problem is with the tone control on the wave change switch. This set, by the way, the nice sets to the BRC sets were nice, apart from the AF117 problem, and like I said, on this they appear to be okay, but I'll check that. The AF117 appeared in many sets of this era. BRC, Roberts, Hacker. I've got a GEC back there that once got AF117s in as well. Fidelity, many sets use them, so we get the problem in many sets, not just Hacker and Roberts. So any set of this era, if it's not working, you know, it's got those transistors in, then it's a fairly good chance it's faulty, but don't just change them out for the best. Make sure that it is there before you start changing bits. Okay, it probably will be, but the best thing to do is always to check, and that's what we're going to do here. Also with this one, I noticed that the on-off switch is okay, and also this is the light, and that too works fully and well. So again, that's not a problem either. So let's get inside and let's have a look and see what's going on with this and why no tone control and why probably switches and cleaning. But we'll check and find out. This set is an HMV 2148 from 1967. The same year, by the way, the BRC 2000 TV set came out, the first all solid state coloured TV in the UK. And I mentioned that because one of the problems they have with that TV set, even to this day, those of us who own them like I do, is the fact that they have black capacitors in them that look about like black licorice, all sorts. Collins caps. They're made in Ireland and they are not good capacitors at all. And this radio has got some in. So that could be the problem. The problem with the buttons.
I know.
Is
Anyway. No,
Looking up, but
that's VHF. That's medium wave again. Okay, so that's sorted. Also lux and long wave work as well on this one. Now the tone control does nothing at all. Usually with these is a capacitor, which is probably on the board here with the audio on the amplifier circuit on as well. And also I noticed that volume control doesn't go down to zero. As soon as it comes on, it's there, it's working straight away. It should come up from that one, this one. It doesn't. Can you hear that? That's as low as it goes. Well, it's okay apart from that, but it should go down to zero and then come up. So that this be looked at as well. This problem is not transistors. All the F117s on this, or 8116s, 8115s, 8114s, they on this set are all okay. Other than the set won't work at all, won't do anything. So it's capacitors on this, and there's 4 of them on the main board here, which I'm going to swap, and then this set will then work perfectly. Simple as that. If things are working, leave them. Let them carry on working. Don't wake up faults that aren't there. Don't generate faults. Just sort out the faults that are there, put a thing back together again, and then use it. If other faults occur, then of course go in again. But chances are they won't. Like I said, I was a kid actually, so nice to have another one again. It's an HMV 2148 from 1967 with those classes in it. These Collins cats, by the way, they're even worse than Hunt's. Yes, even worse than Hunt's capacitors and paper caps are these things. They are bad. They are supremely bad, and so they have to come out. And then this set will be fine. Right, well, in lockdown, with components waiting to arrive but not coming, probably because of the virus and everything coming to a halt, I'm going on to things that I left to work on last year when I went into hospital, and this is one such radio. It's an HMV portable, and the rest of it you should already have seen, of course, because I put it on before this. The problems it had were not going down to zero on the volume and the tone control not working. Now the volume control side of it are now sorted, and the tone is nearly there. But in between now and then, the transistor blown on the IF board, one of the transistors, the F117s. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and find something that will go in its place. For this you can find a number of transistors and things that can put in its place. One is the AF127. If you wanted to go the silicon route, of course, it's BF450. I've got a couple here actually, and of course the Russian one as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try them all and see which is best, and the one which is best, I'm going to stay in it. Then of course I'll realign it, and hopefully that will be back in working condition. This had been worked on before I got to it, and it hadn't been worked on all that well. So while I'm here, I'm going to go through and put right other things as well. But for now, if we switch it on, which I'm going to do despite the condition it's in, you would find that the you know, the thing is the crackle that comes up with comes up and down with the volume. Same on VHF. You see? And of course I can get the hum as well by going down here. So that is there, and so now of course I'm going to sort out the best transistors to go into here. Then hopefully the set will work. Those two transistors, I will check them and make sure they're okay. But if they are okay and I can't make them fail, then I'm going to leave them in place. And by the way, also with this, I've changed it to a PP3. I won't be using this set very much, and so I thought, well, and modern PP3s handle a lot more current and last a lot longer than the old ones did. So modern PP3 will do as well as a PP9, and of course it's cheaper. So that's to come as well. So that's what we're up to with this, and I'll show you the inside of it when I've got it back together again. Well, after a very long battle with the IF stages, it tended it to be a very long battle actually, I now have the set working on VHF. The first IF stage I replaced with a bushing transistor, the second one was okay, and the third one I replaced with a BF450. Yeah, that's three different ways of doing it, I know, on one board, and I did that to see which one is more likely to cause problems in the future. Just as an experiment, because big radio is stopping with me, so if I need to go inside and look at it again, I will. But now, of course, there's Classic FM. This was the aerial down, by the way. So there you are, it's working now on VHF. AM, however, it isn't yet, and there's another AF117 on the switchboard here, which again, I probably want either its screen wire cutting or changing. So that was going to come out as well. But so far now, this test is now coming back to life. The capacitors are in it. When I've finished sorting out other faults, I will go through and change the ones that need changing. But apart from that, it's now once again a working radio. Right, well that's it, the radio in question, fully assembled just for now. The IF stage, by the way, VF stage on this, by the way, have all been replaced. The first IF stage was replaced by a bridging transistor. The second one was just had the AF117 zapped, and the third one was replaced by a BF450, which is a silicon transistor. Now the main difference between silicon and the medium transistors is the base voltage. If you look at, I forgot here, yeah. Look at that. You see, we can see that. You see, that is two IF transistors there, and the big difference, be the PMP or NPM, on this set they're all PMP, is that the medium transistors, the voltage between the base and emitter, and bias voltage if you like, has to be about 0.1, 0.2 volts. On a silicon transistor, usually has to be 0.6 volts, but BF450s do work at this level. So the way to put a silicon in place of a germanium is simply to up the voltage, which you do by lowering that resistor there and upping that one there. Okay, that's how we change them. Okay, that's something which we will look at again. See, I'm sure there will be more sets like that. That works for amplifiers. Now, an oscillator is basically an amplifier that feeds back. That's why capacitors on IF stages and RF stages, as well as AF stages, on on the cathodes, or the link to deck on and a transistor, what we do, we put a capacitor across the resistor to deck, is they put in what's called the negative feedback, which reduces the thing down and stops it going into oscillation. When it goes into oscillation, the amplifier then becomes an oscillator. Now, oscillators are a bit funny compared to amplifiers. They're all saying in the trade, amplifiers oscillate, oscillators don't. That's because of times when oscillator should be working but isn't, simply because something as simple as the transistor not having quite the right voltage, or a component in the wrong place. It varies from one to another. With this one, I've tried to do the oscillator stage with a 450. I've tried a Russian transistor, and neither of them do it. So I'm waiting for some AF127 to come in, and I'll put one of those in. That'll get the AF working properly, AM working properly on all bands. And now it doesn't. You see now, if I switch on AM, that's the light, by the way, and that is a serial generator in the background, as you can hear. But if you switch to the VHF on this is a separate module, by the way. So this, if you look at this point of this set from the point of view of PAIR, power supply, audio, IF and RF, there are two separate RF stages, one for audio, one for AM, which of course is currently a bit of transistor, and one for FM. Been running, hiding much too. But as you can hear, it's working okay. Round the bend. Howdy, stranger, so long, friend. There's a voice in the lonesome wind. Yeah, when set came in, actually, I put it aside before Christmas, and the Airphone 7s were okay. When I picked it up again in the new year, they weren't. But I've got the IF board working again, and I've also got the dial light working again as well, by the way. I'll just demonstrate it for you. There you go. See if you can see it. That's working okay now, as is the tone control. But at the moment, it only works on FM, which will do for most people anyway, because most what be listened to is on FM, but not everything. So I will of course get the AM working as well. Sets of this era also, by the way, they had a band spread between this company is between 195 and 214. That was for Radio Luxembourg, and also Radio Caroline and 199. But it also now it also picks up the Gold Station as well, so nice and handy to have. Also, with sets of this era, another interesting thing is that they have on them as well an aerial socket as well for a car aerial, and that is because the time when this was made, this was 1967. This is 53 years old. This set, by the way. If you put a radio into a car and installed it, you had to pay a separate license for that. But if you got a radio and put it in the car, a portable like this, you didn't have to. And so every radio had of this era and before had an aerial socket on it as well. See, look at these Roberts here again. You see, it's down the back. We'll get that for you. It's there on the back, you see, and also the other one here as well, as is the same. These, by the way, are this is an RTE1, I think this one is, but I've got two of them, and they're both the same. This continued until they stopped that rather silly idea in the early 70s, I think, but that's why. So I will be going back to this one to do the AM stages, but for now, like I said, it's FM only. And that's with the aerial down, by the way.
They call me coquette and mademoiselle, and I must admit
Also, by the way, this is now converted from a PP9 to a PP3. I won't be using it that often, and it's a PP3 now, after technically having been improved, is nearly as good as the PP9 was then. So I do tend to convert them and I'll have a separate lid if I want to put a PP9 in it. But for now, this radio is finished. It's going to be put into use for now, but obviously it's going to be taken apart again and I'll have the AM sorted as soon as possible. On these sets, by the way, of this era, there weren't that many about now, because one of the AF117s, the one for the AF, the AM, is on the same board as these buttons here, and it's a horrible thing to get out. But try we will, and yes, we will sort it. So until next time, goodbye, take care, and in these horrible times, which they are these days, keep fixing things. Why not? Plenty of time on your hands. Why not learn something new? Take care, keep safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.